going to guard our tongues, maybe outwardly, where that image is there, but to guard our minds as well, and to listen to that, what's coming.
Yes.
And address it before it does spew forth.
Yes. And if we want to live peaceful lives, it's not just what, but here's where I don't have peace. And this is where I have to work. Yeah. And anyway, we don't think our thoughts leak out, but they do. Our thoughts leak out. And maybe you don't say it directly, but you'll say it indirectly one time or another. Yeah. So it's really important in peace to think of our mind. Thank you for that comment. I appreciate that. Someone else.
I really appreciated that you added the too muches, the too muchness as a sign of not being at peace. I always think of those too muchness things as just being a sign that I'm a bad person. Rather than that's a way to open to how is this an expression of not being at peace? And what part of me is not at peace? So,
And then it's more a matter of healing, isn't it?
yes, very much so. Yeah.
Not a matter of judgment.
Self-flagellation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you for that comment.
Sister, the thought that struck me was you mentioned the expression, please help me to understand. That's a two-way invitation in the sense that it's not only allowing the other person to expand on what they're feeling or saying, but it's also recognizing your own capacity to deepen, that there's spaces in your life that you haven't looked at. And so to ask a question like that is really a two-way invitation.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you.
That, to say to ourselves when there's too much or when there's whatever, help me to understand. What is it? And you're saying it's an internal question. Yeah. An internal deepening of understanding ourselves. Why do I do this? What is happening? Yeah. Thank you. I like that.
When you were talking about look closely at what the mind is saying, I think the practice of Lexio is so important in that, because often those kinds of things surface during that time, even though we don't want them to.
Exactly. Exactly. You can see where that's really a plan for peace in Benedict. And I thought of adding that as well, but just got too big. But you're exactly, it's part of Benedict's plan for peace, is Lexio Divina.
There are some of us who live lives that by their very nature are called upon to be assertive and dominating. And I'm just wondering, how do you reconcile that without becoming a dual personality? Humility and peacefulness.
Even people that have to be assertive, I've been prayers how many years, and I think the best way of assertiveness is to listen first to whoever it is. I would say that calm, open stance is going to get anyone much further than anything else. I believe in assertiveness of love, and that's going to do more good. I don't know, it's not answering your question at all, but I would say that that's the way to true assertiveness and true peace. I'll just give you one example. I was felt really disrespected once by one of the sisters, and she's come up now. And I was really not okay. Working in the cabinet, and I was trying to talk to her, and she wouldn't listen to me. And I turned her over. Thank you. That's what I want. I turned her over. Wouldn't you listen to me? And she said, "What she said? Don't you ever do that to me again." And so this was the end of the conversation. And I did not feel okay, and I'm sure she didn't feel okay, and that night I'm laying in bed like this. And God says, you did the wrong thing. I says, yes, but you know what? She was just, you did the wrong thing. Yes, I know. And that went on for about an hour. Okay. No kidding. I had to really let go of what she did and address what I did. And then the next day, I asked her if I could see her, and I didn't know if she would see me. And I just said, I'm sorry. I take responsibility for my own. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have treated you that way. Yeah, you won. And I didn't say, well, yeah, but you. I said, you're right. And then I said, I shouldn't have done that, and I'm sorry. And, you know, it took time. It took time. I think we went through that about 4 times, and she could calm down enough to say, well, I wasn't very nice either. No, there's something about it. When we have to be assertive and have to make sure things go in a particular way, I'll tell you, if you let go of some of the non-detail, let go of some of the things that don't matter. I would like it this way, but it doesn't have to be this way. So engage them in their way. I don't know. I'm just saying that my feeling is that it goes much, much, much better. It's not my way. That's okay. It doesn't have to be my way. It's your way, and you're in charge. Does anyone want to offer some help to him? I don't feel like answering this question. He says he has to be assertive, and that's good. When we have to be assertive, Sister Selena, am I assertive? When I have to be assertive, am I assertive? No. And it's very important, I think, when we're assertive to say, this is what I observe, rather than a judgment sentence. This is what I observe. Can you help me to understand what's happening? Because it's not going right. If it's not going right, it's not going right. And I can say it's not going right, but how do you see it? Where can we go from here? He wants to help us out. Sister Swing. Oh.
Well, you didn't say no assertive, you said less assertive.
That's true.
So there's a time and place.
I agree. Listen, this is our feedback. Good.
Okay, it's how you say it. It's the words, it's the tone, it's the look of your eye. It's how you're addressing it to them more than whether you are or aren't being assertive. They take it much better. It took me 40 years to learn that. It does make a
You
difference.
can be assertive, but in a particular way. I would say,
Yes.
you know, Benedict's, what I didn't put here, what I wanted to put was, you know, the respect we have for a person. If we treat a person as really Christ present before me, then the way I say it is going to be different than if I think you're a jerk. I think you're a jerk, and this is why. Yeah. Some more comments? Do you want an answer to that? Do you want to say anything to what we just said?
It's definitely helpful, and you certainly can try to do it. I guess my context is I was a trial lawyer.
I'm what?
I was a trial lawyer.
Oh,
So you don't have an awful lot of time. So, you know. But my point is not so much that, is that if you are in that position at 5 o'clock or 10 o'clock at night when you go home,
Yeah.
how do you make that transition? I mean, your job is an act. It isn't necessarily you.
Uh-huh.
You know, you represent people who are the most despicable people on the face of the earth. You don't identify with that.
Uh-huh.
But that's not carrying it over and truly trying to live the spiritual life that we do as Benedictines
Yes.
becomes almost impossible.
Wow. Wow.
And that's what I said, that's what I meant about without having dual personalities.
I see.
You know, from 8 in the morning until 10 o'clock at night, or 5 days a week, this is the way I am.
This is what I
So,
have. never been a trial lawyer, so I don't have any understanding.
Well, but something like that is,
Yeah.
like I say, probably, I'm not personalizing it, there are many people who live
Yes,
this way.
yes. No, I think, I appreciate that, because it's a perspective that most of us don't have, I would guess.
Because I gotta tell you, it's something that I recognize as being a problem,
Yes, I can see that.
because I'm not always dealing in an adversarial relationship.
That's why.
Sometimes it's even a loving relationship. But it's a challenge. And one thing that I will offer is that you started out by saying that it's a quest. So it's not something that you
That's right.
stop,
Yes.
you know, and there's gonna be, it's a quest with a lot of failures along the way.
Yeah.
That's it.
And it's easy to say when we have stability around us, but when we don't have stability 8 hours a day, 10 hours a day, and there's a constant barrage of conflict in that kind of a job, in that kind of position, it makes it all the more difficult. Thank you for that. I appreciate those comments.
I think what you've been talking about says a whole lot about our ability to find balance. For most of us, the balance that we need is never going to be quite as polarizing or as different as yours is. But to have that balance and to know when that trigger is there and to know where your center is and come back to it. And I think as Sister Bonita began to say, with us it may not be possible, but with God all things are possible. So,
In the Gospel of Matthew, it says, nothing will be impossible for you. It says still a little bit different in the Gospel. I think it's the Gospel of Matthew. Nothing will be impossible for you.
well, coming from a generation where I heard many, many times, where there's a will, there's a way. It doesn't work that
It
way.
doesn't always work, does it?
No, it doesn't. So learning, and that's part of my struggle with assertiveness is, if you do it long enough, if you do it hard enough, if you give enough money, you'll be able to change things. No, you can't always do that. So the change had to be here.
What is the change then, Diana, when it never turns out the way you had hoped or invested? What's the change in you?
Just to let go of it. And as, who was the gentleman who said kindness, kindness, kindness? So whatever you are still living with, do it with kindness and truthfulness.
That's your choice, isn't it?
That's my choice.
Yeah. When we become too anxious, then we can't contribute good. Sister.
As people were talking, there's a verse in Psalm 15, verse 19, I think it is. Let the words of my mouth and the thoughts of my heart find favor in your sight, O Lord. I've been praying that for a very long time, and I think it kind of fits in with the conversation. And for me, the less judgmental is my tapping. And you know, in community, it's just so hard. But I take consolation listening to married siblings who they deal with this all the time too, and even a closer manner than I do. And so I always tell them, well, you pray for me and I'll pray for you, and we'll see how we can have a more, and today I would say, a better quest for peace among us, because I always want somebody else to be better than they are, and I need to look in here instead.
You know, that's where the word compassion comes. If I listen deep enough, and I can understand, then that judgment turns to compassion. Sister's coming with it.
I was at a concert a year or two ago, and the choral conductor asked us all to write on our program this sentence, and it really hit me in the head. Cut everyone else some slack.
Mercy is really important. Yes, go ahead.
One thing that struck me, and somebody else mentioned it, the Henry James quote, the three things that are important: kindness, kindness, kindness. I think that, you know, what I see in our political culture right now does not mention that. And when I work in an elementary classroom, I'm an elementary school teacher, and it kind of, I feel like I put this on here for me to put in my classroom. Because last year we worked, and it's a public school classroom, it's not a Catholic school, it's a public school, and we had a lot of issues around the idea of kindness, and just how to treat other people with kindness, not try to control them, not try to, you know, manipulate our friendship or however it comes around. But I think if I can make that step to sort of introduce that concept at this young age, you know, maybe there's some hope.
Yeah, no, really, and that's it. We can make, I like I'm a greater growth. We can make a difference in the world. Let's not think we can't. We can, and we do. And Benedictines are important in that. Yeah, thank you.
I had a cute experience with kindness. My granddaughter, who will 10 in a few weeks, went to Bible camp this summer. And one of the things they were studying were the virtues.
Oh.
And so on Monday she came home and she said, I learned about the virtue of kindness. So I asked her, you know, what did you do? And she told me some little things she had done, helping someone with something and commenting on how nice somebody looked. And, you know, she's 9 years old. And I said, well, that's wonderful. I said, so what are you going to do tomorrow? And she looked at me kind of funny. I said, you realize the virtues are for every day. And she looked back at me and straight-faced as she could be, said, I didn't agree to that.
I thank you very much for this opportunity to be with you. It's been a privilege for me, certainly, and a joy for me to be among you. And let's pray for each other, because I believe that we all have challenges in this journey of peace, and we can make a difference in the world. God bless you. Thank you.